Hello, this is the Nightline Podcast. My name's James Pikeaway, and if you want to learn more about the program, please go to www.dubai1038.com or email us, nightline@dubai1038.ae. Enjoy the show. Car Talk. Man, gentlemen, great to have you back. We're full strength to this evening.
Well, I've been to Abu Dhabi this morning, but I thought I'll trundle in anyway.
You see, you made it. Yeah. This is great. And that means if you're out in your car, by the way, you're sitting on your sofa, you're skateboarding, maybe you're just ordering a bucket of chicken. I don't know what you're doing, but everyone has got an opinion, a thought on cars. You want to get in touch with the program, give us a call, 04-423-1010, 4001 is the SMS number. Dubai I Night is the Twitter handle. Love to hear from you. Get involved. This is your show. A big shout out to Steve. Met him at Virgin. Says he loves the program, loves you guys.
Oh, yeah, you're saying. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for listening. Keep listening.
Yeah, exactly. Great to have Steve here. And all of you who are listening, if you see us out on the street, out on the road, don't swerve in too close, but roll down the window and say hello.
Yeah, totally.
We love to hear from everyone.
I think somebody posted on one of my social media today, they said, "Oh, I saw you out and about, but you with your family, and I didn't know if it was right to disturb you." Hey, we love saying hello. We're desperate like that. Yeah, it's no problem.
I love it when I'm out with my family and people come up, because then my kids go, "Yeah, you're popular."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We get brownie points in front of the family. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's kudos. It's kudos. So it's funny, and I always get the same response from people. You really do wear those shirts.
Yeah, he does. Believe us. Yes.
Gentlemen, we always like to kick off the program by a little tour of what you've been driving, what you've been seeing. Who's driving the coolest car this evening? Imtishan points over to Shahzad.
Well, I'm still driving the Sierra truck, but
when do I get it?
We're going in it now if you want. It's outside.
I want it for a couple days. Come on.
I'm sure we can sort something out. It shouldn't be a problem.
See, what I want to do is I want to take that thing for a ride. I want to take a Ford for a ride. I want to take a Ram for a ride.
Yeah.
And just have
at the same time?
No, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, so I can get 3 good weeks.
All right.
I
thought you figured out cloning. I thought that's what you were going to do.
Could you imagine? Brilliant. Could you imagine?
It would make group tests so much easier, wouldn't it?
Well, it wouldn't be so far off. You could just leave one parked on the shoulder. And on my regular daily journey, I just pull over, hop into the other one, leave it there, and come and get it the next day.
So you have to basically tell Ford, GM, and Dodge to leave these trucks at particular points.
Yeah, I'll drop and I'll rotate them through the circle.
Right. Okay.
Every day.
All right. Cool. It's like a car sharing scheme, isn't it? It's brilliant. Yeah. You just pick them up when you need them and just leave them when you don't.
That's simple. So,
however, yes. So coming back to what I was driving this morning, I was driving the brand new Cadillac flagship, the CT6.
What do you think?
I think it's magnificent, fantastic.
Do I want one?
Yeah, you might do actually. I mean, it looks the part. It's substantial now. It's elegant. It's got that long bonnet. It's got that presence. It's got that style, and it's got that family look now. With the very vertical front fascia treatment.
It has a little bit of the Fleetwood feel to it when you look at it. You can see the hints of the Fleetwood, because that's my dream car.
It's not quite as wide as I wouldn't. It's not quite as yacht-like.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it have an option for a Landau top?
It doesn't, but you know what? I don't see why they shouldn't have a go at doing that. That would be quite interesting to see.
A bit of Landau, a bit of vinyl.
Hey, you know what? You head down to Satwa. You pull into that parking lot. They can Landau-ize your roof for you.
Yeah, just whilst you're getting the windows tinted. Yeah, just do that as well.
Landau, please.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I think if somebody out there could do us a Photoshop version of the new CT6.
Hey, and
vintage options, and fryer wheels.
And for the young ones out there, we're not talking Lando Calrissian from Star Wars.
We're Lando.
Yeah, but someone might think, depending on where they're from, depending on the accent. There's a lot of folks learning English from this show, by the way.
So unlike the aforementioned Fleetwood, so this thing now comes with V6s, right?
Okay.
So, but this is the norm in
Turbo,
the world today.
supercharged.
Well, here we go. So the base model, well, you say base, but there's nothing base about these cars. I mean, they got everything. But the entry level model, if you like, has the 3.6 liter V6, which we're familiar with. We have seen that in other cars, and it's 335 horsepower. It's plentiful, and I drove it a little bit today as well, and it's fine. You wouldn't want hunt for anything.
Did you squawk it on the corners or anything like that?
Wait for it. The top model comes with a brand new, all new for Cadillac 3.0 twin turbo V6 putting out 404 horsepower.
Oh man!
And yes, I did get a little bit of action out of that car as I chucked it around the corner, which of course you're not supposed to do, but I found a quiet corner. Anyway, so, but yes, that thing shifts. I mean, apparently I haven't got the figures, but it's 0 to 100 in under 5 seconds.
Did you try it?
I should have actually. I didn't. Trouble
is... Did they
say
say we're not going to invite you back? Because if they did, then you know you did everything you need to do for this show.
Yeah, the trouble is that we were on roads, we went on the track, and we were in the city, so actually we didn't get too much chance. Okay. But, every now and then you put your foot down, and boy, does it move.
Okay.
So this thing is very clever. So these cars all will come with all-wheel drive.
Okay.
All of them will have all-wheel drive. And then, apart from the entry-level model, they'll all have... active chassis, which includes
whoa. Yes, active chassis.
Yeah, chassis. Yeah.
What's active about it?
See, now we're back to
the gym.
What's active
from you?
Well, what's active about it is that it's got all-wheel steer. So the rear wheels steer on this thing. It's like we were talking about the 911. We were talking about the 911 a few weeks ago. That does this Cadillac limousine does rear wheel steering now.
Well, in all fairness, didn't the Lexus GS have it?
Didn't the Quattro do that way back as well?
No.
The Honda Prelude did it back in '88.
Yeah.
Yes, the Honda Prelude actually was the pioneer. But
so this is back to the future, is what we're talking with this new Caddy.
So they've got a few technology things in this car. So they've got that all-wheel steer, and they've got three modes. They've got slippery mode, if you like. They got regular mode, and they got sports mode. Sports mode affects the transmission, 8-speed transmission on this thing, the steering, the rear wheel suspension thing, and even the drive. So, for example, you get 50-50 split front and rear drive if you select slippery. If you select normal, it's 60-40. If you go into sports, it's 80% drive to the back.
Nice.
That's when I got the wheels to make a bit of a noise.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
What's the stereo like in this thing?
Oh my God! What, you want to try this thing out? Oh my word!
The Cadillac guys have my phone number because I haven't heard from these guys. Isn't Z over there? Aren't we talking Z?
No, that's Ford. That's
okay,
Ford.
Wrong company.
We'll put you in touch.
Don't call him. He can't get you Cadillac.
No.
Okay. Count. Listen to this carefully. It's a Bose sound system. They're calling it the Panerai system, right?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Are you
for
sitting
it.
down? 34 speakers.
No.
34 speakers.
They've come a long way, haven't they?
34 speakers?
I mean, 10 years ago, I had a Prado that had 2 speakers.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. 34. They're everywhere. They're under the seats. They're in the roof. They're in the dash. They're everywhere,
You'll be finding speakers in that car long after Christmas. It's just all over the place.
No, it's an amazing sound system. Absolutely amazing.
And what rubbish music did you play through it?
Hold on. I got one other
on my phone.
I got one other question, because this is always the important one for me, even though it's soon to be illegal.
Yeah.
Cup holders? How are they?
Why are cup holders illegal?
We're not. No, it's coming. We're going to be fined if we're caught drinking in our vehicles.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't have the cup holder.
No, but
because you can put the drink there. You don't have to be drinking. You're not slurping it out of the... Actually, you know what? What if you had a straw, a very long straw? That would be all right,
well, as soon as this law comes into effect, I'm driving with a Camelback on, so don't worry.
It has cup holders. It has USBs, 2 at the front, 2 at the back.
4 USBs?
It has a 10-inch screen with the Cadillac T system, now with a touchpad, so you can use it as a mouse. It has the world's first rear view mirror camera. So the whole thing just turns into a camera. So basically, you can see much wider behind you.
Sunroof?
Of course, it has a sunroof.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Now you didn't get into this thing at night. Many vehicles now have a very nice light array when you hit the alarm and you want to get into it.
Yeah.
Do we have any sense of what the light array is? Does it shine a nice Cadillac symbol down on the ground, or?
I didn't check that, but I think a longer test is probably due to find that out. But it might well do, because it's got all the bells and whistles and all sorts of clever kit and all that sort of stuff. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it had that sort of stuff. It's got night vision makes a return to Cadillac.
Oh, I love night vision.
Yeah, now with thermal sensing, so it's got so it's got all the safety kit on it. So now it's got pedestrian and animal detection through the night vision.
What kind of song do they want to be playing when they're advertising that? Corey Hart, I wear my sunglasses at night.
Or is it Timbuktu, the future's so bright I gotta wear shades?
That's the one, yeah.
There we go.
The one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh. We've just lost half the audience now.
They're
Googling these songs and thinking, they're older than I am.
When I posted up earlier, somebody said to me, "Is it just another version of a CTS?
Yeah,
Is it another version of an
And that's
XTS?"
what people
No,
are thinking.
It's a brand new car. It's got a completely new frame. It's a mix of steel and aluminium, so it's
Aluminum for any of you
aluminium
from other parts of
so
the world.
it's 38% steel, 62% aluminium. It's quite lightweight, 1797 kilograms, which
Wow.
in that
That is
segment,
light.
we're talking
And it's 400 horses, right?
That's it. On the top spec,
Yeah.
404 horsepower. So it's quite a light car. So and it's 25. So it's bigger than the CTS. It's 25 centimeter bigger
Uh-huh.
and 4 centimeter wider.
Okay, quick question. Trunk space, boot space, what are we looking at?
About 3 dead bodies.
Okay,
Easy, no
good.
problem.
Okay, good. There we go. That's perfect.
I'm going back to my Robert De Niro days. You can get 3 bodies in there.
There we go. Awesome. Okay. This
So
is,
yeah, a heck of a nice car. You didn't ask me about price, so I'll tell you
yeah, well,
anyway.
He just assumed naturally that he couldn't afford it.
yeah, so I was already there.
No, don't assume anything, because this thing, manufacturer recommended retail price, I hasten to add, because sometimes the dealer price is slightly different.
Like
Starts,
lower, yeah.
No, the opposite. Starts from 235,000 dirhams and
235?
maxes out at 285. So that's 285 for the full bells and whistles 404
Wow.
horsepower car. So
And it's a
actually not bad.
Cadillac.
And it's a Cadillac, yeah.
It's a
And
Caddy.
it looks like a Cadillac, feels like a Cadillac, drives like a Cadillac. Really good. Really impressed with it.
You heard it right here on Car Talk. You want to get involved in the program? We got a bunch of texts coming through. We want to hear from you. We're talking cars with the boys from Motoring Middle East. This is Car Talk, by the way, if you're wondering what you've tuned into. The men from Motoring Middle East are here. These are the gentlemen journalists who keep you entertained, informed, and educated. And we got a text that's come through, and it says, hello, guys. The Jaguar F-Pace front looks similar to a Mitsubishi, one model down from the Pajero.
On what planet does the F-Pace front end?
I'm concerned that this person has a driver's license, because I'm not sure they should be
Has he
legally
seen the
licensed.
same F-Pace that
We're
we've
talking
seen?
about the Pajero Sport, and we're talking about the Jaguar F-Pace, and you could not get two dissimilar looking cars. Apart from the fact that they're both SUVs and they both have four
Yeah.
wheels.
No, even then they are
And they have V6
fundamentally
engines.
different. They look completely different. I'm not sure. Maybe if you could clarify on
yeah.
what exactly he's getting at. Now, talking to Pajero, I did do something rather amusing.
Oh, no.
With the front of a Pajero.
I saw that.
You saw that,
Yeah.
right? So there's some news out that Nissan has
Big
effectively,
news, actually,
quite
massive
big,
news.
quite big news. That Nissan's effectively bought Mitsubishi. They got what 34 point? Was it how much percent was it? 34.
They looked in the back of the sofa and they found enough money.
They found a lot of money. And
34
they
billion.
They bought I think it was 34 point something percent of Mitsubishi
Yes.
they've now bought.
With
you
a
know.
couple of billion, sorry, we're
Yeah.
really bad at the numbers.
So
This could be a good thing, though.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, okay, the Pajero is as old as the dinosaur, as the Triceratops or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I made that up. That's mine. Copyright Shahzad.
Shahzadasaurus, yeah.
Yes,
Shahzadasaur.
Shahzadasaur. So I figure, the easy way to update the Pajero at last is to take the Mitsubishi Pajero front end and put it on a Patrol, right?
Yeah.
Instant sales.
And that's what
You're right, though.
You're
and that's what I
combining two of the
did.
UAE's most popular things.
Exactly. So that's what I did. I did a little Photoshop thingy. It's on MME. You can go check it out. It's on our Instagram and on our Facebook.
Pajerol
And now
I've
people,
called it the Pajero.
or the Patero.
oh man,
It's brilliant.
Sanjith has come through and said, for the UAE residents, you guys are like our own radio version of Top Gear.
Radio Virgin. You know what? If you come to our YouTube channel, you'll see us move and everything.
There you go.
We are animated.
We're animated. We do exist in real life. It's not just voices without the rest of us. So please do come and see us on YouTube as well.
Ali's come through with a question. He says, hello guys, but this is a question for Shahzad.
Okay.
So what would the competition for the CT6 be? The S-Class, the A8, and the 7 Series, maybe the Hyundai Genesis and the Kia Chorus? What do you think?
Okay, so
Alex.
this is now where it gets really
It's a
interesting.
serious question.
It is,
I mean,
it is-
very well done.
It is a serious question, and it does.
Imtishan and I are
need
gonna
a
go
proper
get-
answer.
get a sandwich.
It does
Yeah,
need a
yeah.
proper answer. Now,
Sort this one out, come on.
The trouble is that in America, this probably would be a rival for those sort of cars. And I talked to the Cadillac people today about this, and they said the trouble in our market.
Do they call them caddies themselves, or they go with the full name? They just
they
don't call
go. They're very.
They can't call it a Caddy?
It's
the Cadillac,
CT6,
sir.
The Cadillac.
It's the Cadillac.
Because I'm
yes,
thinking
yes.
back in North America, people are not calling it Cadillac; they're just calling it Caddy.
Caddy, yeah. Why not?
Gonna get the
Absolutely.
Caddy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And by the way, the CT
Yeah.
is Cadillac Touring. That's what that stands for. And the number is where it sits in the range. So the 6 is now the top of the range, which of course leaves plenty of room for an 8.
I
for
understand
example.
that. I get this one.
So this is what I'm getting at, you see.
Okay. So back to the question.
So back to the question. So
S-Class, A8, 7 Series, where does it fit
So the problem that they have here is that nearly all of the S-Classes, 7 Series, and A8s that come here are long wheelbase versions. They don't have a long wheelbase version of the CT6. So the CT6 at the moment is kind of bridges between the 5 and 5 Series, if you like, and a 7 Series. It's sort of in that in-between area. Okay. And plus, of course, many of those cars have V8s. This one will not, or for the foreseeable future, will not come with a V8.
Does it matter, though?
Do we need a V8?
Not when you got 400 horsepower to play with an all-wheel drive and rear-wheel steering. No. But
Ali's thrown in one other thing. Does it have heads-up display?
It does, yes. It does have heads-up display. Yeah, absolutely, it does. Yeah, I think that's pretty much standard now on the Cadillacs.
So it's once again, it's 7 Series space pace with the price of a 5 Series.
Yeah, I mean the value is there because I mean compared to those cars, this is considerably cheaper. But I think what Cadillac have very cleverly done is left them a little bit like I was alluding to earlier. They've left themselves a little bit of a margin to introduce something even bigger, something even more magnificent.
CT9.
Yeah.
CT8.
Yeah.
They just go back and they pull out the dies and they start putting Fleetwoods back on the road.
Sadly, those
Just
names
like
are those names are not going to come back. Unfortunately, we were.
Did you ask?
Yeah, we did, and they're like, no, we're going to stick with this new.
The CTF.
So the CTs. So
the Cadillac Touring Fleetwood.
Yeah, no. So the CTs, all the saloons now are eventually going to be CTs. You got CTS, but that will change. AT will change. So they'll all be CTs, and all the SUVs will be what's it? XRs. XTs. So XT5 is the new one that's also being launched at the end of this year, which already has back orders until next year apparently. The only exception to all all of this,
we love exceptions.
The Cadillac Escalade.
Okay.
That
because
still remains
so
the
darn
Escalade.
many.
Yeah.
You know, isn't it a little bit sad that a little bit of Cadillacs...
Hold on. I remember we had the Cadillac guy in here. He was showing me that Escalade, and he said, James, we're going to get you one of these to drive. That was 2 months ago.
They're still building it. They're building a special one.
Thinking, which one of you guys drove the Escalade and broke it because he wouldn't let him give it to me?
We did not break
it. I remember that. Who was that guy? Who was that guy? I'm going back to the show notes. Who was that guy?
Yeah, let's do that.
I can't believe it. He stood outside that Escalade, was telling me how wonderful it is. Yeah. James, we're going to get one of these into your hands.
It should be possible. We'll try and get it organized.
2 months on. He thought I'd forget. Yeah. You reminded me, Shahzad. Thank you.
I'll have to go remind them as well now. I think we just want to keep the peace around here. That's all we want. We don't need we don't need civil war. Oh, have I a movie reference there?
Oh, that's a good movie.
I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers, please. It's radio silence.
Everybody wants some spoilers now.
Can you believe he hasn't seen it yet?
I've been busy doing car review stuff.
How is that possible?
Videos and car reviews.
There's even a car in that movie. Anyway, hi James and team.
I bet it's an Audi.
This is coming from the Skoda guy, Ian, who I think was listening to a couple of my other shows. He was involved too. Yeah. He says is
he still the Skoda guy in your other shows?
Yeah, he always comes in.
Is he Ian the fitness guy?
No, Ian the fitness guy with the Skoda.
Ian the doctor. No, that's not
with the Skoda. The new Skoda Superb. A bit like the Audi A8 with a 2-liter TSI, 280 brake horsepower. It's quite simply the best Superb yet. Poor man's Bentley.
Yeah.
And the price around 140 to 150. Check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty good value as all Skodas are. And is that all we had to say about it?
I love Skodas.
Actually, I'm not sure it's such great value because at 150, right? Okay, you got 2-liter turbo and you got the A. How big is the Superb? I think it's smaller than A8. Somewhere between A6 and A8.
I just haven't seen any around recently.
And you think that's
the Superb was originally an extended version of the Octavia, I believe.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
That's
it's basically because the leader, what do they have there? President, Prime Minister, Chancellor, whatever it is.
Grand Poobah.
Yeah, him. He wanted a car. He wanted an official car. And of course, the Octavia is not quite big enough, so they had. So that's why the Superb actually came about.
But why the name Superb?
Because they showed him the car, and he went, "Oh, that is superb."
No way. That is complete nonsense.
I make some of this stuff up.
I think you have. I'm just going to say that I think at 150, the car is in a bit of an awkward position because what have you got in that price range? You've got a lot of well-priced A4s. You've got a Lexus IS 200, which now comes with 2-liter turbo. That starts at 140.
So you've got the badge. You got the badge people want. We're not Skoda's not
they
necessarily
won't be as
the
powerful, but then it's a Lexus, and then you're starting to knock on the door of things like ATSs, 3.6 V6, 300 horsepower.
And there's no question the Skoda's got the guts, and it's a great vehicle.
I'm sure
it's the badge. It's the badge.
It's the badge.
Also, it's not. I mean, there hasn't been much marketing effort in this country. Let's be honest. I mean,
apart from Ian, bless you, Ian.
Yeah, apart from him,
a one-man marketing team.
But so
I'm hoping they give him free service for all of the work.
Absolutely,
yeah. They really does.
Perceptions, for example, even in the UK, didn't used to be great when it came to Skoda. Skoda was the butt of many a joke. So what Skoda did.
I still remember the Skodas that had the spare tire on top of the engine.
Yeah. So what Skoda
didn't catch on.
What Skoda marketing did in the UK was very clever. They turned the jokes around. So they made campaigns and adverts that actually had jokes in them about their own car. So they took it on the chin, and by doing that, by being engaging and funny, they suddenly started turning people onto Skodas, and literally that was a sea change.
It's risky,
in
isn't it?
perception.
It's risky.
Well, if you're brave enough to have, you see, a lot of manufacturers don't do that, as you know, they just don't have that sense of humor. But for example, in America, you look at all the Dodge advertising. They're always very, very funny. I mean, they're not afraid. I mean, and the Chrysler. Yeah. So they had an advert for the Pacifica. Yeah. And they were very clearly taking the mickey out of the owner of the Pacifica. And a lot of other manufacturers would shy away from that. It's like, well, you don't want to make fun of our own customers. But Chrysler, let's build this up. Let's knock this down. Let's show it for what it is.
People clearly are responding to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is
people respond to humor.
Sure, that's nice.
That's why we're not funny.
Yeah.
Motoring Middle East is in the house. We're talking cars. Texts are coming in. You lost me there. If you want to get involved, we want to hear from you. Esther's manning the phone lines. Call and have a chat with Esther.
Yeah, she's far more interesting than we are.
And she knows so much about cars. It's amazing. So call and have a chat. Of course, you can SMS through. You want to get involved in the program. It's very simple. A whole bunch of SMSing through now. Khaled, we'll get to yours next.
Boom, boom, boom.
This is Car Talk. Motoring Middle East is in the house, as you heard.
Yes.
We got all sorts of texts coming through. I love this one. The new Cadillac Escalade from the back is beyond ugly. I don't agree. What's he talking about?
What's the Earl?
Earl Grey? That's T.
Wilburn?
Ed Welburn.
Ed Welburn, right?
It's amazing. I understood what he was talking about.
He's not. Yeah, we've been working so long together. I don't think he's there at Cadillac now. I think he's moved to another.
He's retiring.
Yeah, he's retiring. So he was a designer, and he was here to launch the Escalade. Yeah. And the launch of the Escalade was done at the base of the Burj Khalifa. And I had quite a chuckle because at one point he said to us, "You see the lights on the back of the?" Yeah, we were inspired by the Burj Khalifa to design these lights. And nice. I'm like, yes.
You failed.
Yes, Mr. Welburn.
Yes, of course you did.
Mr.
Awesome.
But it was a very clever touch.
So it's a beautiful looking backside
of
that car.
Apparently, yes, because it's based on the Burj Khalifa, yes.
Okay, excellent. Let's head to the phone line sign. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Nightline. How are you?
Hi, guys. Cheers. Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, you know what? We're doing excellent, as always.
Fantastic. I have a question for you guys.
Fire away.
You are the ones who might give me the right advice. I hope.
I don't know about that. That's pressure. You put the pressure on now. Okay. I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm adding more tension to it.
I'm already got a sweat going.
Listen, guys. Okay, what do you think? Nissan Xterra or an a Toyota FJ Cruiser?
This is Khaled. I was just gonna get to your text. You saved me reading it out. Excellent.
Well, the thing is, I didn't realize that you can call, and I just put on the radio, and you said that if you need to participate, well, you go ahead and talk to us, and I thought, okay.
The ability to make phone calls has been with us for quite some years now.
It's an important question.
Well, that's a good question, guys. What do you think? Xterra, FJ?
Well, what do you
Are we talking brand new? Are we talking you're going to go buy it in the store?
I think I'm going to buy a second-hand.
Okay.
I think I'm going to buy a second-hand car.
Are you planning to go out and really bash into the dunes, or
because if you're planning to do a lot of off-road,
or is it just to go to car for?
Not bashing the dunes, but you know what I think. The terrain in Oman is very rocky. I probably go bashing dunes as well. I'm not sure, but that's probably going to happen. But I don't think I'm going to do this hardcore dune bashing stuff.
Is this your primary vehicle? Is this going to be your primary vehicle?
Come again?
Is this going to be the vehicle you drive every day?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I
have another car, but it's a sedan, so I want to keep using my 4x4. And the thing, the dream I have in my mind is just like I can take the car and go for these long trips, like for probably to Oman. You know, all of these nice wadis and all of these beautiful oases.
So we'll pass this question over to Imtishan as our off-road expert.
Yeah.
But before we do
I'm
that,
going FJ. I'm saying FJ.
Well, I'm going anti-FJ.
Of course you are.
Because if he's going to use it as a city car, there's two issues with the FJ. The biggest issue is rear visibility.
Yeah, there's none.
There is none. You know, that literally you drive over cars and not even realize it. And secondly, the turning circle is not great. And even in some cases, if you're going down wadis and stuff, that actually becomes an issue. The turning circle is not that great on that car. The turning circle on Imti's Jeep, which I drove the other day, I couldn't believe it. It's better than London Taxi. It literally just spins around.
It is actually a London Taxi. I just changed the body, but nobody was looking.
Imtishan, what do you think? Xterra is
This is a really tricky one. You know what? I really like the Xterra. I reviewed it many years ago, and it hasn't.
That's my phrase.
Well, to be honest, it hasn't changed. That's kind of the problem. The Xterra is very old-fashioned.
That's my problem with it. They're not. Neither of them are new.
Neither of them have changed very much. The Xterra actually has a more powerful engine. The Xterra also is a more usable car because it's got proper photos. It's got a proper luggage bay, and it's got good visibility overall.
The nice bumper step as well.
It's got a lot of stuff in there. The off-road edition's quite nice, and for most people,
can be a bit bouncy on the highway.
That's what I'm getting to. On the highway, the ride is just okay because it's got leaf springs at the back. Also,
that's why I like the FJ, because that thing you're going on a dirt road.
Oh, the ride is fantastic on the FJ. Very smooth.
In every situation, the FJ is very good.
It's bad on the on-road. They say the FJ is bad on road.
No, whoever said that is wrong.
No.
The FJ.
That person needed to change the tires.
No, what I will say is that people that mess with the FJs, they ruin them. Don't modify them. Just leave them as they are. They're perfect on-road and off-road.
Don't listen to him.
Oh, no, here we go.
Just modify the FJ.
You know what I love about the FJ is, you spill your super big gulp in it, or, you drop your sundae there from McDonald's. You can just hose it out. It's such an easy car to just
don't spray water all over your cars. Even though he says you can.
You can. It's easy to clean. It's like a big plastic machine.
The Xterra.
You can do that with a Wrangler as well, can't you?
You can.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. My first option was a Wrangler.
Yeah.
Believe it, but then I decided, okay, if I buy a Wrangler, the resale value is not as good as I would love to be, and obviously the maintenance is not as cheap as Toyota. Well, to be honest,
I don't know about that. I own two Wranglers. I don't know.
I think your information's a bit out of date because the both of them are pretty similar now. In fact, the Jeep Wrangler's resale value has been climbing. And in some cases, I think it might be even superior to the FJ.
I think you get a bigger smile on your face when you're driving a Jeep.
Require more maintenance? Don't you think it requires a lot more maintenance?
No, I own two of them.
That's not true, unfortunately. I've had Wranglers, and Shahzad's seen what my Wrangler has been through. It's been pretty flawless. You've had two Wranglers, both of them are knocking on 200,000 kilometers each. They're pretty fine. I mean, any car properly serviced, maintained, and not abused will last you a very long time. Same for the FJ, same for the Xterra.
I'm not talking about but just the usage. Well, the usage of these cars is pretty rough, and they are, as you know, they are made for being used roughly. And that's the reason why you have to keep an eye and you have to keep on changing.
No, I don't think I have anything to worry about.
I own two Wranglers. I'm telling you.
You've got nothing to worry about.
Mine's a daily driver. I think if you're aiming towards the Jeep. I mean, the Jeep is the true off-roader. I mean, it's a Jeep.
I mean, take everything for a drive. At the end of the day, drive them all.
Yeah. So what are you aiming at? We got you've got the FJ, you've got the Nissan Xterra. Maybe you're thinking Jeep. Which one are you angling towards?
In the beginning, I was really aiming at buying a Wrangler.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, okay, the resale value is not that good. It's probably going to need a lot of maintenance. Then let me shift to an Xterra or an FJ. And then thinking about these two, the FJ, there's the problem with the door. There's the problem with the visibility. There's that's what they said, at least the noise thing. Once you cross 120 kilometers per hour when you go on highway, the noise comes in.
Yeah, but all three of these cars are bricks. They're not going to be super.
None of them have.
They're not Cadillac CT6s. Let's be honest. No, I tell you what. Go with your first option.
You know what? Just go drive that Jeep. You're going to love it.
Go drive it and see. If you still don't like it, well, the FJ is always going to be around.
Yeah. Or the Xterra.
To be honest, the Xterra, I wouldn't. It's a bit out of date. I'm not
They
really
must be
huge-
coming out with a new one.
No, that's not going to
No.
happen. Nobody's building new off-road cars, whereas the Wrangler is going to get a new one. The FJ obviously isn't going to be replaced. So the Wrangler it would be my first choice. But if you like the FJ, nothing wrong with it. Very good car. Go and have a look at it. The Xterra I think is a bit out of date, and it's not really going to win you any kudos. Also, you're going to drive it, you're going to feel straight away it's quite old.
Yeah.
So the Wrangler or the FJ.
Well, it is a bit of a family thing. It is a bit of a family. The Xterra, like 4 doors, a bit bigger. It has this family feeling
Yeah.
to it. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
also it
why,
feels
like,
about 10 years old inside.
That's
It
the only
really-
problem. It's just old.
But the Wrangler Unlimited is fine as a family car, isn't
absolutely.
it?
So guys,
Yeah.
just a question about the Wrangler.
Yeah.
Well, you know, until I get to Oman, there's a long trip and it's a long highway.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the Wrangler would still be okay with
Yeah.
all these long roads that I have to cross?
That's the only
doing
thing I
the
own.
safaris?
It's my daily commute is a Wrangler. That's all I own. I drive to Abu Dhabi,
think,
back. I'm telling you, I don't own another car.
I really like to know where you're getting all this information
Yeah,
from
you've
because
been misinformed.
You are being misinformed. And in fact, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go down and drive the car. You're going to be
Go give
really
it a
shocked.
ride.
To be honest, I was out
Okay.
this weekend in a bone stock Wrangler 4-door unlimited. That's not the lifted one, just a stock one.
What, you driving my car?
Yeah.
I might have been. And you know what? We were in the dunes and we were leading these super lifted cars. This is a stock car and it was going everywhere.
Yeah.
It was almost embarrassing how comfortable it was and how capable it was. And that's just a bone stock unmodified car. So really go and drive it, see if you like
Yeah.
the feel of it. Don't worry about the resale. I mean, honestly, we can assure you there's nothing wrong with either of these cars. You'll be fine. And the maintenance as well. The Jeep is pretty much Japanese reliable at this point. And in case Trading Enterprises will be more than happy to back
You
it
think
up.
so?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
totally.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The
Colin,
times have changed.
I'll go have a look.
Yeah,
I'll
go have a look.
Have
Let
a
it-
test drive.
let us know
I'll
what
have
you
a test
think.
drive.
Go have a test drive. Give us a call next week. We want to know what you think.
I'll test drive the 3 of them.
Okay, excellent. Khalid, I'm
Yeah.
going to let you go. We'll talk to you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Right.
You see? Here we go.
It's interesting because he's making what is a very common mistake out here. I mean, he means well, but basically he's trying to buy the car in his head
Yeah.
without actually driving the car.
Yeah.
He's trying to buy the car
Well,
based
and-
on everybody else's recommendations, but not his.
But he's passing over the first car that he actually wanted.
Which
the
happens
car
a
that he
lot,
wants,
doesn't it?
you
A
know.
lot of
And you know why people pass over? Because they talk to someone and says, oh, I
Yeah,
know
exactly,
someone
yeah,
owns someone owns
yeah,
someone. And then,
yeah.
you know, and he's saying, what about driving the long roads?
Yeah.
I mean, I go to Abu Dhabi, you know, a couple times a month. I just drive one of the 2 Wranglers that I
Yeah.
own. And,
No,
and
there's no
mine
issues
are
at
not
all.
lifted. Mine
No.
have got no extra stuff on it.
Yeah.
They are just, and, you know, I always use the smile test.
And you don't have to. The bone stock cars
Yeah.
are perfectly comfortable on
And
road.
I get into these cars, and I always wanted a Wrangler. I got one. And hey, you know what? Certainly, the FJ going over a rough road is a lot smoother than my
It
Wrangler.
does have a very
It's
good
a
ride,
super
yeah.
comfy
Yeah.
But I have the biggest smile on my face every time I get
Absolutely.
in that car.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, versus you can go on all night long, but the Wrangler you can see out the back.
Yeah.
Which is a huge advantage. You have
Yeah.
full 360
Yeah.
visibility, which is the FJ's big
and-
Achilles heel.
and you-
Otherwise, that's a good car.
And you can take the roof off
You
Yeah.
could do, yeah.
if you really want to.
And then
convertible.
once you grow up, you can start modifying it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, don't modify it. Just leave it.
You
as
can
it is.
just start going crazy.
Just Ali's come back with just a clarification. She says, you know, and Shahzad, you answered this question already. He said Cadillac should start to review its naming conventions for its sedans. You've got the ATS, the ATS-V, the CT6, the CTS-V, the XTS, and now the CT6.
Yeah.
I'm
So
confused.
basically what they're doing is that they're going to use the new naming convention, which as I described is the CT nomenclature, with a number that represents where it's going to fit in the range, but they'll roll that out as they roll out new cars.
There we
So
go.
unlike, for example, which is what Infiniti did, where they took the existing cars and they changed the names, Cadillac is not going to do that. The ATS will remain the ATS until it's replaced, and then the next car will be the CT whatever. Similarly,
CT3, what do we think?
CT3, CT4, probably whatever, you know. So that's how they're going to do it. They're going to roll out the names as they roll out the cars, and then eventually they'll all be either CTs or XTs.
There we go.
I hope they stick to this one this time.
Yeah.
This is Car Talk. Motoring Middle East is here. We're talking about the vehicles you love and hate. Motoring Middle East is here. We're talking cars. We've got a whole bunch of texts lined up. I love this one. Toyota Hilux or Great Wall pickup?
Great Wall.
Have you ever
Great
driven a
Wall.
Great Wall? I saw one today. It was shaking
Have
all
you ever
over the
walked along the Great Wall?
No, I haven't done that either. We'll get back to that
That's
one.
what
I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
do.
I mean,
To be decided.
at the
Too
end
close
of the
to
day.
call.
We posted up on Facebook last week or earlier this week a Chinese car. I think it was called a Zoid.
Yeah, I
or
saw that.
something.
Is
Yeah,
that-
it looks exactly like a Porsche Macan.
Yeah.
And even the interior is exactly like a Porsche.
How much are they selling that thing for?
25,000 dirhams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're all on 25,000
Tellingly,
dirhams.
the interior is exactly like the Porsche Macan, apart from it's got a manual shifter in it.
3-speed. 3-speed. 3 on the tree. All right. Let's head to the phone lines. Good evening. Welcome to Nightline. Thanks for holding.
Good evening, Dr. James. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So how can these esteemed motoring journalists help you this evening?
Well, I was calling in with, to be honest, a personal opinion rather than a question, to be honest. So I was hearing you advise someone on the phone lines about the Wrangler.
Yeah.
Of personal opinion, I've driven the Wrangler myself from Ajman to Dubai multiple times.
Yeah.
And this is the 2-door stock version.
Yeah.
Personally, I thought it was a bit uncomfortable, like just, the seating position, and you don't get that amount of room indoors that you would, say, in the FJ Cruiser, and so it doesn't feel as spacious. It just feels a bit cluttery, and, well, at least I felt a bit, I'd say claustrophobic would be pushing it, but somewhere close.
Hey, that's
perfectly valid opinion.
Perfect valid observation. Like I said, I drive 2 of them. I've never had a feeling of claustrophobia. I've got one that I take the doors and windows off. It's like,
I mean, some people are uncomfortable in some cars.
It's a different vehicle.
Okay.
You're right.
Absolutely different vehicle than the FJ. I mean, that's the thing.
But
Don't forget. You see, there's a fundamental thing to remember here.
Yeah.
Cars like the Wrangler, cars like the Land Rover Defender, cars like the Mercedes G-Wagon. These are dedicated off-roaders. They're biased towards off-roading first, ruggedability first, structure first, comfort, refinement, NVH, noise, vibration, harshness second. This is the prioritization of those cars. And again, I will always say that if you're only doing on-road stuff when you're doing long drives like that, then of course don't look at a Wrangler. Then you only buy the Wrangler for its style. Then you only buy the Wrangler for its lifestyle, for its personality. But if you do off-road, if you do a little bit of off-road, or you like the personality, then heck, go for it. It's fine.
But I totally agree with you. I mean, it's not necessarily the widest body, and it doesn't have all of those different seat adjustments.
It was designed in 1947.
It doesn't have all those seat adjustments.
But to be fair, I mean, the 4-door, the Wrangler Unlimited.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm what 6'1", 6'2". I don't have an issue with it. I can fit a family into the 4-door. The FJ Cruiser with those very clever rear doors, by all means, but it's an issue because with a family, then it becomes an issue.
Here's my complaint about the Wrangler, because I do own a 4-door. I've got a 6'2" son.
Yeah.
And sitting in the back seat for him in the Wrangler, not the best or most comfortable seating.
Yeah.
So if that's something to really look at. You got you got small kids, you got average sized people like me. 5'11", A-okay. 6'2", it's an issue.
But it's the only car on sale today with solid axles front and rear and crazy approach and departure angles, and basically ready to take on the Rubicon right out of the box.
There we go.
Drive it out of the showroom straight onto the
There's very few cars. You don't have to modify it. You can just drive straight into the desert, straight into the wadis, straight into the water.
Hey, thank you very much for joining us. I got to let you go because we got to head over to the other phone line, but I really appreciate your opinion, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon. All right, we got to head over to line 5. Good evening. Welcome to Nightline.
Is that my turn or somebody else's?
It's absolutely your turn.
I don't know. We ask that question all the time.
Yeah, but I was wondering that as well. Whose turn is it here?
Hi, my name is Partha.
Oh, hello, Partha. How you doing?
Very well. Good evening to you, gentlemen.
How's it going? How's the Renault?
The Renault's doing well. But
the Renault Logan. James, you will remember Partha. He owns the Renault Logan, and he, I think probably sold a few Renaults the last time he was on the show.
Yeah, I've actually sold one more. My uncle finally kept in, and he's buying a Renault.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Glad people buy cars. How do we help you, Partha?
Okay, so it's time for me to upgrade my Renault Logan, and I've actually shortlisted it to 4 second-hand cars that I want to pick out.
Okay, go for it.
And I wanted your opinion on which one do you suggest.
Okay, fire away.
There's a Ford Fusion.
Yep.
There's a Honda Accord.
Yep.
There's a Kia Optima.
Yep.
And there's an Infiniti G37.
That's one of those cars is a little stands out.
3 of these things, they really belong here. 3 of these things are kind of the same. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Sesame Street fans know exactly what I was doing.
Seriously, right? Come on, people. Sesame Street, great show. Yes. What do we think? So I like the Fusion for daily use. I like the Fusion.
Yeah. I'd go with the Accord.
I like the Fusion. I think it's a really nice handling car. The problem with the G37, though, is that it's going to be a little bit more expensive to run, but it is super cheap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, resale value for G37 is actually not that expensive. So it's a much faster car, and it's a much better handling car. So if you like sporty driving, the G37, but it is a little bit more expensive to run.
So in 30 seconds, what are you thinking?
Who, me?
Yep.
Okay, so I was actually leaning towards the Fusion and the G37.
There we go.
Well, then that's the ones you should get.
Yeah,
You buy one car, not two.
Yeah, I'd go Fusion then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fusion sounds like the best bet.
Yeah.
Anything in particular that I need to look out for if I have to buy that car?
All the usual, just check service history, check that it's been looked after.
Not crash, not bash.
Yeah, go back to the dealer and check their records and stuff like
They're
that.
all
All
pretty
the usual
reliable
stuff, yeah.
cars, so you'll be fine.
Excellent.
Okay, great.
Good luck.
Awesome.
Let us know how you make out. Talk to
I
you
will
soon.
do. Thanks. Take care.
Bye.
guys.
Okay, guys, we got time for one more call. Let's get to
Fantastic.
it and see who's joining us. And what have we got? We didn't get anywhere near that Hilux. Probably that's we'll just let the Hilux go for now and the Great Wall. Although I'd love to drive a Great Wall just to see. There was another question about the 86 and the shooting brake concept. We'll have to have a look at that. It's not going to happen.
No.
And just waiting for things to refresh here. Used car market is way down. How long will it go, or how far will it go? I don't know. I don't know what that question is.
Well, as we go into summer, the used car market traditionally goes down anyway in the summer.
New car market's going up, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramadan's going to be the busiest month of the year for
Exactly.
sales. So
Yeah,
if you're buying a
that's-
new car, most people are just buying new cars with crazy offers right now. Go and
Yeah.
check them all out.
If you're into a new car, to be honest, even if you're into a used car, now is still a good time to buy it because the market is down. You can go there.
Unless you're a car dealer, in which case you might be crying a little bit.
It's a bit sad for the dealers, but as a buyer, it's a great time. Go out there and make people offers.
All right, we're heading to the phone lines.
Hey,
We got
guys.
1 minute. Hey, how's it going? Great to have you joining us. We have a very precious short amount of time. How can we help you?
Just keep it short. We'll keep it short. So I was looking for a Honda Pilot, and have you guys kind of reviewed any of those? Any thoughts around that? A new one?
The new one or the old one?
The 2016 new
The
one.
new one, no, we haven't reviewed that car as yet. The old one, nice, solid, okay car. It can even do a little bit of off-roading, so yeah, not bad car at all. The new one we haven't tried yet. To me, it's just a CRV on steroids.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
As soon as they review it, though, they'll be able to give you a little bit of better look. Have you gone out and given it a test drive?
I did, and it's not bad. It's not an off-roading stuff, but pretty much a family stuff is what I'm looking for, and it seems
Well,
to
have
be...
a look. If you want to stick with the Honda brand and you want a family vehicle, then instead of the Pilot, look, and it's about the same price, I think. Look at the Odyssey.
Much nicer car to drive.
Not the little Odyssey, not the
Not the
silly
J,
little one.
not the J.
The actual proper Odyssey. That's really nice. It's a really good family car.
Okay, thanks for those thoughts.
Yeah, go give that a test drive and let us know what you think. Give us a call next week.
Wonderful. Leave it at that then.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, we got a few more questions. Can we, Esther? Can we go over by 2 minutes? Yeah, Esther's saying we can go over by 2 minutes.
We have the thumbs up. Brilliant.
Esther, we're gonna go over by 2 minutes.
It's going all night.
So what's your view on the Peugeot RCZ and the 308cc?
Well, first of all, it's Peugeot. But
Okay. Yeah.
I drove RCZ automatic and manual. Great cars. Really
Yeah.
like them. Great cars. If you can
Yeah.
find one, they're nice. They're
Okay.
super beautiful.
I'd go with Imtishan's suggestion, the RCZ, because the 308, that's okay. It's a commendable car,
Yeah.
but it's just such a good-looking car, the RCZ.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
go with
still
that
is
one.
many 5 years later.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Sportage 2016. It's full of toys. Looks nice. Any thought about the engine?
It is an engine and it drives you places.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not sparkling, but it's a Kia.
Yeah.
That's supermarket motoring. It'll be a good, decent car with lots of toys.
There we go. So the engine, it's going to do the job.
Yeah, it's
and
not going to
and
wake
plus-
you up in the morning or anything.
And
But
plus, they have a solid warranty on those things.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I love. I mean,
Yeah.
the warranty and servicing,
Yeah.
very affordable.
Yeah.
So, Michael, that could be a great option for you. I wish to downsize and sell my Prado 2012 TX. Is that
TXL. Yeah.
For a good sedan or a smaller SUV? What do you think?
Fortuna.
Fortuna? You
Yeah,
think?
go for the new Fortuna.
Go for
I
the new
quite like
Fortuna,
it. I
yeah.
really liked it. Yeah, it's good. And if you want to downsize from a Prado, it makes perfect sense. Stay within the brand and go for the Fortuna.
I'm going to throw a curveball. If he wants a sedan that's better to drive than a Prado and doesn't go very off-road, Mazda 6.
There you go. One last one saying that, hi, I bought a Jaguar FX recently. It has 95,000 kilometers, but it moves like a charm, 2012 model. Everyone
XF, I think is what-
Yeah, I'm getting confused.
XF,
What did you
Jaguar
get?
XF.
An
Okay.
XF.
Everyone says parts will bankrupt me. Is that true?
Well, did you
Well,
buy it new or used? If you bought it,
2012.
okay. Well, yeah, they might do actually.
It's not going to be cheap
I'm
to
sorry
run.
to have to say. What you could do is save up for tickets to the UK every now and then. So whatever parts you need, just pick them up in the UK. They'd be much cheaper if you could get them from
But
there.
what if he needs drive shafts and things?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
well,
still
make sure
get-
you have like extra luggage allowance. Take your
Get a
family.
business class ticket. It's fine. Get a holiday as well.
You know what? You just get it regularly serviced. You hopefully, fingers crossed for you.
Fingers
but-
crossed. We'll pray for you.
It'll still be a cool car.
Yes,
Look,
it
it's
is a
still
cool car.
car.
It's a
So,
great car. Beautiful car.
Wonderful. Well done. Hey, guys, thanks for everyone who participated through the SMS line. Thanks for the calls. Every Monday, 9 o'clock, these experts join us.
You are fishing for words. You are fishing for words, then.
I was going in a different direction.
I'm glad you stuck with that one.
Caught myself.
These monkeys, they just turn up every Monday. Nobody invites. Just move the studio.
Go find these guys, motoringmiddleeast.com. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. These guys, they're everywhere. Lots of great content, informative, entertaining, and highest quality.
Thank you so much.
Hats
James.
off to you guys.
Thank you.
Next week, same place, same time.
Absolutely.
Can't
See you
wait.
then.